life can hit like a sledgehammer. But guess what? We hit back harder. Welcome to Affirm That Sh. Somehow I thrive. I'm Jennifer Rogers, your no BS guide to turning life's toughest moments into badass victories. Ready to flip the script? Let's affirm that life can be a bitch, but somehow we thrive. Welcome to today's episode of Affirm That Sh. That's right, somehow I thrived. Today we're going to meet Monica, a 4-foot tall powerhouse. What would you do with your strength when it's tested to the limit? Where would you call in your faith warriors, your faith army, to guide you through one of life's darkest and deepest battles? Today, you're going to hear Monica's story about her daughter, how she overcome, how she fought, how she searched, and how she brought her back home. With every episode, we start off with our affirmations, and I ask you to join me in those now. So if you're in a place, in a space where you can close your eyes, do so. Relax your body. Take a deep breath in and out. And repeat Monica's affirmations with me. I am strong in my faith and heart. I hold space in each for healing. I am strong in my faith and heart. I hold space in each for healing. I am strong in my faith and heart. I hold space in each for healing. I know healing is a journey, and together we walk it side by side. I know healing is a journey, and we walk it side by side. I know healing is a journey, and together we walk it side by side. I take a breath and face each day and situation with love and grace. I take a breath and face each day and situation with love and grace. I take a deep breath and face each day and situation with love and grace. We're going to take a short break, and once we return, you're going to meet Monica.
Imagine a space where you let go, where the clamor of the world quiets and you meet your truest self. At Yukio, through sound vibrations, Reiki, and the wisdom of tarot, we help you release what no longer serves you, align with your energy, and renew your spirit. Begin your journey back to yourself today.
Welcome to the show, Monica. How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you? Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I am wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for allowing me to use this platform to tell my story. And Portia too, thank you.
Absolutely. And for those of you listening and watching, Portia is our amazing producer. She's the one that works all the magic in the background. And so she is actually how, Monica, you and I were connected with each other. So what a beautiful connection to have with the three of us. And your story is one of such power. And I know that today you're going to have viewers and listeners who are just going to be gasping for air as you walk us through your shit story. So with that, sister, I'm going to hand it off to you to start us right where you are in and where you are today.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Hope that everybody's having a good day. Um, as I tell my story, I might cry a little bit, maybe not. So, just to let you know that my daughter is a human trafficking survivor. Also, she's a missing person survivor, and my daughter was missing from May of 2022 till I have to write it down till November 2023, not knowing that this was going to happen to us. This is something that I never expected in my life, you know, and I don't wish this on nobody because your life goes from daylight to total night and darkness. It's like a dark world. So my daughter asked to be gone. She was hanging out in DC. Can't remember the place right now. I could try to block it. And she met some people and she left with some friends and they went down to New York on the Memorial Weekend. She told me she was coming back on Tuesday, so I let her go because of her age. She's now 30. At that time, I think she was 27. And so she left and she would tell me she was coming back each week. Never came back, never came back. So she was having a good time. I was asking her how she's eating, her clothes and everything. She was saying that, everything was taken care of and she would put people on the phone to let me know that that was happening. And me not clicking, not seeing the red flags, I was like, okay. But then it came to a period on her birthday, which it was July 27 of 2022, that was the last time that I talked to her because I wished her happy birthday. And then after that, I didn't hear from her for a year. Brianna was, that's when I think I numbed myself because I didn't want to believe it and I didn't know how to go or what to do or what to say. And one of my friends helped me that she was like, you need to let them know that she's missing. So I reported. In Fairfax County, when I reported it, unfortunately, they told me because of her age, they couldn't do so much. So they had it as a suspect, which I'm like, she's not a suspect, she's missing. So then from there, we just took a risk and we went to DC because the last place that I saw her physically and everything was in DC. So we went to DC, and that's when they you know they took it as a missing person. And I told her she was, it's critical. And I told her her height because we're only 4 foot tall. We're small and short, so they'll take advantage of her in a minute. And then from there, we called. They called New York and they let them know. Then I got around with the Black and Missing Foundation. I got around with the Bound for Better Foundation. Got around even with there were so many foundations that I got around with that they were helping me out. We was doing the flyers and everything. I put it out on Facebook and stuff. But it's not hurtful not to know where your daughter is when she was coming home and everything. And at nighttime I will open the window my bedroom thinking that she was coming back. She has a son. At that time he was 5. And what do you tell a 5-year old worship when he says, "Where's my mommy? Is she coming home? When she coming home?" And I had to say, well, she went away for a little bit. She'll be back, soon. Let's pray. We had to pray. And just trying to keep him focused, and he misses mom a lot. And so finally we was by us pushing everything, we found it on Instagram and some other things that they had spotted her. And then one time I get a phone call from her, and she was being trafficked from hotel to hotel from truck to truck. She was being, sold to different people. It was time that they was even if I didn't they didn't call her on time, she probably would have been in Vegas or overseas because they were preparing her passports to go overseas. And I don't know how they do it, but they do it. So maybe that would have been my last time seeing her. But thank God, with so many friends praying for her, my pastor, my church praying for her, we found her. But Brianna at this point is not the same. My daughter, I don't know who my daughter is. I know how she looks like. I know she's with me now. When we found her on November 2023. But my daughter is not my daughter. I don't know who she is. She's totally a different person. It's really hard because she's very angry. She hits things. She doesn't realize the things that they're saying every morning for the past year. Every morning we wake up in the morning and she's fighting the people that's been hurting her. I mean, daily, punching things. My house, I had to renovate it because there's holes in the walls. She broken windows because she thinks people are attacking her. She sees things and they're not there. She doesn't take care of her son because there's. I mean, she knows he's there, so I have to become, I have to become his legal guardian. And then with that, when she came home, we didn't know, and she was pregnant at that time. So we don't know who the baby's father is, but that doesn't matter because it is what it is. But now it's like I have to take care of her baby too because she's not connecting with the baby, unfortunately. She knows she's there and everything, but it's really, really sad. She's hurt a lot. She's very bitter. She's very angry. There are days when she tells me that she wants to go back to New York and find the people that did it, and I tell her don't worry about it. And then there's days when she goes one to DC, and I said please don't because you're gonna be missing again. And it's very horrible. It's like we continue to be in the darkness. It's and we I tried to get her, help. She doesn't want to receive the help because she said nothing's wrong with her, which we tell her she is because just her thoughts, the things that she does, and it's like I want my daughter back, but I can't have her back right now, and it's sad that she's 30 and she's not able to take care of her baby. It's very sad, a 7-month old little girl and a 7-year-old, and they want their mom, so I have to raise them, and I basically being their Brianna's caregiver as well, because she can't work right now, not with the mind and all the things that they done to her, because they raped her, they molested her, they gave her so many drugs that I think that's where her brain is so messed up, and she just doesn't think right, and it's a struggle right now. But I know eventually God's gonna change everything, and in time, I just have to stay strong, be the good mom, and be the grandmom, and just endure. I mean, there's days when she has actually hit me. Think here, she was punching me. I had to stop her because I'm like, this is not you. But I know she's angry at. She's probably thinking I'm the person, the girls and stuff that she was with because she had to survive. She
Yes.
told me that she even, she was sleeping in the cars, outside on the street, in the benches. She had to really fight for her life. The food and everything, the days when she didn't eat. Or, it's a struggle. And I
Monica,
feel, mhm,
I want to applaud you
mhm,
on your strength
mhm,
because you are carrying the strength
mhm,
for more than three people right now because
mhm,
those memories that she's carrying with her, you're
mhm,
carrying the weight of the women that she was with, the weight of the women that she experienced this with, those that
mhm,
harmed her, hurt her, raped her, abused her. And so your strength is unmeasurable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see how much you hurt. And so I can't imagine in that time that you were looking for her when, like you said, when it finally clicked that the last time I was able to see her was her birthday and wish her happy birthday. And then it took us over a year to get her home. The places that you had to dig that strength out of and
Mm-hmm.
call in for help. And you are still there today. How
Yes.
how is your self-love? Because right now you don't even have time for self-care because you're caring for so many others. So
You
where
know,
do you find that love to continue on this path?
the love is the love that I have in God, the faith in God, because I know He's the only one keeping me. I'm telling you, I am so tired and so stressed that I'm gonna be honest with you. There are days like yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was driving. I was falling asleep driving on 95. That my grandson was with me. He's like, "Grandma, wake up." But it's times when I prayed and I said, God, send me somebody that will take care of them, or even if it's just hours. So now I have a babysitter for the baby and then he's in school. But with her, it's like if I go home, I have to really pray because I don't know what mood she's gonna be, and I'm praying that she'll get the help that she needs. But I think when I'm here at work and I'm taking care of the elderly, that's where I find my peace with them because they make me laugh. At least it's temporarily. But then, I have to, then once you clock out, the time you go back into the same routine and routine and routine. But I know it's always, when it gets worse, then down the line it'll get better. But I'm telling you, this is whoever did all this to my daughter and stuff. I don't know who they are, but I pray that they won't rest in peace. Like I'm not, because it's very, it hurts. I'm telling you, it hurts. And then for her, the way that she doesn't see her own kids as her kids, that's the worst, the hurting part.
You mentioned in your story that when you looked back, you started to see red flags. What are some things that we could look out for? Because for you, she was going with a group of friends. They are even communicating with you that they are her
Mhm,
friends and we're taking care of her. And she's saying,
mhm.
yes, mom, I'm fine. I'm just going to be gone a little longer. So as you look back today, what are some of those flags that we as
Yeah,
parents could say, okay, I need to ask a little more deeper questions or I need to pick up on this?
it's just just the locations, to have her phone locations. That was something I never had, but I don't care how old the person is. It's better for you to have it so you'll know. And then if I would have just told her no, I don't think it's a good idea. For you to go. We don't know them as well, and for you to go to New York, I should have said no at that time. But her age. And then the flags, it was also that they will call me out of New York numbers and the different numbers that they will use. But I tracked them all down so I can give them to the police. And it was just like, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And the people, but I'm like, oh, these are different people. Those are the red flags when you start listening to different people. But at that time, I was not grasping it.
Right. Well, again, she's 27.
Mhm. Right.
So,
And
as
then I wish.
adults, we don't really tell our 27-year-old children, no, you can't go. And it probably in your mind in that moment, you're thinking, yeah, this is a great extended weekend for me and my grandson together.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that the flags weren't immediately there.
Mm. And I didn't get the gut feeling till later, because later when she was missing, I would see her in my house, And I was like, and I'm thinking that's her, but that wasn't her. But that was Father was trying to tell me that, I need to get in contact with her somehow because I will see her in the house like spirits.
Yes.
But it was it's just
It's
I
that
don't know.
intuition coming through that you need to
Yeah.
follow up. And where is she? Where is
And
she?
also for the police department, not and detectives, whatever, they don't take this stuff seriously. They don't. That's why so many are missing because they just think, oh, they told me, oh, well, she just lived with her friends. No, no matter what age, if you know that something is wrong, they should be able to help you.
So today, what are you doing today to draw awareness, if anything, because your story is still so fresh? She still has not
Yeah,
accepted some resources. Are there resources for the family members, such as yourself, that you
yeah,
can call in and ask for help?
there are resources for us for help, and every now and then I go. I try to take her, but she won't go. Um, the my grandson gets counseling in school. You know, the baby, she's I think out of the best thing out of all this is the baby because she didn't have to be here, and imagine her being pregnant. She survived all this, and just just watching her, she just keeps me going. And I go. I thank God for my job, mainly the boss that I have. She, when things are rough, she lets me to, take care of home things, things at home. When she knows like it's not a good day today, she knows what I mean. So, she's like, she helped me. I talked to some friends, and I have to watch what who I talk to, and just about that because basically, I honestly, I don't have much time because taking
Mhm.
care of the kids and this and that is hard.
So I would like to ask you because you've shared with us how she disappeared or how she left. And then
Mhm,
you walked us through that, you reached out to your local county to file a report. They said, no, you have to go to DC. You go to DC,
mhm,
you file the report. And then they started finding pictures of her online. So how
mhm.
was it that you actually found your daughter and got her
Well,
back home?
how we found her is from Instagram. There were some little, some sites, and then by her also because we posted the with the Black and Missing Foundation, we posted the flyers, so they were all around on social media. So she said that somebody saw her, and then we kept going and going, sending flyers, telling people. There were so many apps where the missing people in New York is an app. I can't remember the name of it. So that's how they saw her, and they contacted her and they told her, hey, they're looking for you, your baby's looking for you. And that's how they, I don't know, she said that a Uber brought her home and dropped her off.
Oh my
So
goodness.
those people brought her home in the Uber. They said you had to go because things were getting too hot for them. That's what
Yes.
she said. I remember now. She said you're causing too much trouble. Things are too hot with you right now. They're looking for you, so you have to go.
She was
So
causing
they
too much attention. Your love and your work, your perseverance was
said,
shaking what they were doing.
hmm. And this thing had nothing to do with a lot of the news and the regular news. This was just for social media,
Yes.
and
Yeah. Well, and
here.
that's where most of the news comes from now
Mhm.
is, everybody's getting their news through social media.
Yeah, so all they seen flyers. They saw the one video. I don't, everybody gets it. That I did of her son miss. Her son was saying, "I miss my mommy. Please bring her home." And they seen that. That's when she told me that they said it was too hot. They had to let me go. But mom, we was getting ready to go to Vegas, and from then we was getting ready to go overseas. Where overseas?
She doesn't know.
because they're not going to tell her.
They're not going to tell. No, that's too risky.
And
So
then they
now,
said that the girl, one young lady, she left a video, I mean a phone, I
Mhm.
guess, on my, what do you call, the messenger? And they
Okay.
said that she saw, how they beat her on her. They wouldn't feed her. They would kick her, stomp on her, and stuff like that. If she didn't make enough money, she couldn't come back. So, I mean, she's been through a lot.
She's been through more than most of us, and
Mm,
unfortunately, there's still so many that are missing,
a lot.
that
Mm,
are wrapped up in this. What
mm.
are your goals as you continue to go through this journey to help those that have been trafficked? Because you're coming from a very unique perspective where you've been able to retrieve your daughter and bring her home.
I was gonna start like a little, like I wanted, I prayed about it and I asked God for first and foremost that I wanted to do like a little organization to help the women, children, and kids of survivors of human trafficking. But I'm still in the, how you have to wait on God. He says yes, no, wait. So I'm in the waiting because right now I have to take care of two.
Yes.
But I want to be able to help other women, their children, the parents, because they don't know what it is. I don't even know what to do, what not to do with a human trafficked person. So I
Right.
want to get more involved with that. I've been going to classes and programs with that. So that's been helping. And then with the Black and Missing Foundation, I do the 5K walk with them or run, which is coming up. And they also helped me with, I went knowing how to find people, the stages, and if somebody's missing, how to help them out, what to do, what not to do.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's a lot that you're doing and all that care that you're still providing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know as you've shared your story today, you've touched so many people, whether they're listening or they're viewing this. Your
Mm-hmm.
story, your daughter's story, your grandson's call out to help find his mom. There are going to be people that want to hear more about you or want to connect with you. How can they do that?
Well, I'm on my Facebook, and Monica Estevez is MonicaEstevez. And on Instagram, I'm Nana Girl, NANAGURL 27.
Girl, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Monica, I want to tell you one last time, thank you for coming and
No,
sharing
thank you for
this
having me.
difficult story.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it needs to. They need, the that's something that I think should have mentioned this. I'm working on writing the Congress and them a letter saying that they need to take this calls more serious. As a parents, when we call, take them more serious because that's how. If they would have took it serious, maybe we would have found her here, not way in New York somewhere.
Yes. Well, you have support right here. If there's anything we can do, if we can add
Hmm.
those extra signatures as you prepare that letter to your congressman,
Hmm.
you let us know and we're with you 100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
You just took another step towards owning your story and thriving against all odds. This is Affirm That Shit. Somehow I thrived. If you're ready to keep kicking ass, subscribe now and let's keep breaking barriers together. Remember, life's a battle, but somehow you'll thrive.